Welcome to Tablenauts. My name is Max.
I'm Doolin.
And we are back with our top 10
Of
board
all
games
time.
of all time.
You asked for it. You begged for it.
We finally delivered.
We were here.
It
Happened. I don't know when it'll go live, but
I don't know, a year before the next one.
hopefully soon.
We will try and do this a little more regularly.
Yes.
Because it's been 3 years
Yeah, dude.
since our last one, I think.
Man, and we've played so many more games.
So
since
many
then.
more games.
So I'm happy that this will be what people know as Doolin's top 10 and Max's top 10,
that's
rather
true.
than having Bloodstone be in my top 10.
But by the
which
time
is
we do next one, maybe it'll be out and back in your top 10. Wouldn't that be
I
crazy?
hope so. I hope it's good.
Me too. I hope so
Oh,
too.
man.
Before we get into our top 10, we do want to shout out our Discord.
Yeah.
Link in the description below. If you want to join there, we've got a wonderful community of people there that talk about all things board games, music, movies, video games, whatever. And of course, we do have our podcast as well, Board Game Box Office. If you want to hear more of us, I don't know why you would, but if you do, we are there to talk about all
Specifically
things.
here. If you would like to not see us,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
only hear us,
If
it's
you
the perfect
love
way to
our
do it.
voice and hate our faces, Board Game
Same.
Box Office is the most wonderful place for you. We talk about all things board games and movies, and we would love to see you there. Now it is time to dive in to our top 10 board games of all time. And I'm going to start with a new inclusion to this list, which several of these probably will be. It's been 3 years.
I don't know.
But this is Trick Takers,
Mm.
which is now my favorite trick-taking
Yeah.
game of all time.
Yeah.
If you watched last video, you'll know that
Yeah.
we just discussed Skull King, and this just edged that one out for me. It is just the perfect amount of asymmetry
Mm.
where you are drafting these different characters that totally dictate the way you play every single hand.
Yes.
So you can come to the game and you can play a different person every single round, every single time you sit down at the table, bouncing between a number of different characters that just make the game wholly unique. It is something.
It feels like you're playing a whole different trick taker. each
Yeah,
time.
like Skull King, grab the gambler.
Mhm.
Want to be just chaos incarnate? Grab the one that just flips the order, a hierarchy every time. Like, there's just so much you can do, and there is not only the fun and the difference in drafting these, but there's also the strategy in drafting this. If I see that, you know, you're one gold crown away from winning the game, I'm not going to let you get the Berserker.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I'm going to make sure that I do my best to stop you from getting that character, because that's going to give you the easiest avenue to victory. I think it is just this incredibly fun, strategic, and also just wildly asymmetric game where you also have insta-win possibilities.
Oh yeah,
With characters. It's
which
just
have happened.
Yeah, it's great.
Like it's not like I mean, it can happen, but like the Four Mermaids in
Right.
Sea Salt and Paper, like that barely happens. In this game, like there's a real chance every
It's happened
round.
once out of at least like 8 games, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's certainly not an impossibility, but it is one of those things too that you just be mindful of. You're like, oh, this person will insta-win if this happens. Let's make sure that doesn't happen.
And because of that, you never really feel entirely out of the game.
Yeah, you always feel
which
like
is
you have a
great.
chance. Yeah. I love Trick Takers. It's a game that I don't think a ton of people know about. If you like trick-taking games, if you like asymmetry, I encourage you to check it out. It is designed by Hirokin and published by Portland Game Collective, at least here in the United States. So you can find that on their website, and I really, really love this one.
All right, my number 10, I don't even have to look. I remember what it is. It is a game we have had some really high highs with. We've had some funny, hilarious fail lows with this game, but one of my favorite party games of all time, and it's one that we have even been live online with, and this is Codenames. Love Codenames to death. Love like deduction-y, like, you know, clue giving, clue taking games. It's nearly the perfect party game, and I love it.
Yeah,
so
Codenames is so much fun.
I can't say much more about it. Like,
it's Codenames.
It's Codenames.
It's
It's great.
Codenames. It is also delightful.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My number 9, favorite game of all time by Ginafelli and Devious Weasel Games is Cosmic Frog. I love Cosmic Frog.
Top 20 as well. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't have it right here in front of me, but I think my top like 10
Are
stayed
similar?
pretty intact.
Wow.
Which is honestly quite a
I had it
testament.
written somewhere. I don't have it with me.
Yeah, I remember
wish
you
I did.
showing me, but I didn't cross-reference which ones. But I love Cosmic Frog. Something I've talked about previously in this past top 50, something I mention all the time, is that I just love like games that do something different. You know, you take something like El Grande, which is a wonderful game, absolutely, and I love El Grande. But also there are a lot of other games that kind of fill that same
That's fair.
hole.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that El Grande is worse or better than them, whatever, but like they do something pretty similar.
Mm.
I love the games that do something totally unique and different. And that's not
Fair.
to say I don't have games in my top list that aren't resembling other games.
Yeah.
I certainly do. But like this one sticks out to me as a game that is Cosmic Frog. I can't look at Cosmic Frog and say, oh, it's like this. It's similar to this. If you've played this, you've played most of Cosmic Frog. I can't even formulate a possibility there that would be anywhere close to that. The biggest thing with Cosmic Frog that is going to be a turnoff for a lot of people is the fact that the action order is just completely random. You have a deck of cards. Let's say we're playing 2 players. We each have 6 cards in there. We shuffle them up and go, and I draw the first 6 cards. I take 6 actions before Doolin gets a single action.
Yeah.
Which is hard, but at the same time, now Doolin's getting 6 actions right in a row too. So it kind of self-balances itself as this game where people can get ahead, but then they're stuck doing nothing. So you better hope that they were able to accomplish their goals and get in a defensive position before the other people go and wallop on them while they're taking their turns. And I love it so much. It's mean. It's fun. There's just so much you can do with it. I've never had a bad play of this.
I mean, I don't love it as much as you, but I enjoy it.
You're wrong.
Fair enough. My number 9 is one you've already talked about, and it's incredible. And hopefully, by the end of our 5x20, we don't hate it, and it's Tammany Hall. 20 by 5. Sorry, I say 5x20 all the time.
I think like 4 times.
No, Tammany Hall is, I think, what puts this above like El Grande, which is already really close to that in my opinion. Is I love area control, but I also love like wackiness. And the thing about Tammany Hall is they throw in all of these extra little like, I don't know, mean but also fun little quirks to the game that make it, I would almost say like Mario Kart area control.
Sure.
Because
here's a blue shell, you're last.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like you not only have like the hidden reveal information with your votes, which is already pretty fun, but you also at the end of each age, depending on who is in first, they have to then essentially like Mario Kart hand blue shells to the other players. And they're each unique, but all of them are catch-up mechanics, despite the first player whoever won the election getting a bonus 4 points, which can be huge in this game, but give the other players like this edge in the next round that will certainly hurt them. Because honestly, this game, in giving 4 points to the mayor and then saying the mayor gives out these extra little things, puts just a massive big target on whoever was the mayor that round. And I don't know, like it's just I think it's almost perfect for what it is. Like it's just incredibly mean, incredibly fun, and like there is strategy, but like you don't need to take it too seriously because of all of this extra stuff. And if you hate what I just said and you listen to Max talk about like his time with the last 2 plays and you thought, yeah, I would hate that. Maybe not a game for you.
You probably would.
But if you're willing to like kind of just for the evening put your friendships on like
pause
and have a good time, like this can be great. Like I don't know, maybe Mario Kart's not the best, but Mario Party might be the way to describe this.
It's a good one.
You know how like by the end Mario Party really tests friendships?
Yeah.
This does that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's great. I
Yeah.
love Tammany Hall.
My number 8 game of all times by Dan Halligan and Kayenta Games is Obsession.
Okay, yeah.
This is.
I was waiting for this. Like I think the whole time I was like, Obsession. It didn't max as like 20s, right? Like
high. I
number
love
8.
I love Obsession. I think that it's a game that I think I initially purchased with like the hope that Danielle loves Downton Abbey, loves period dramas, stuff like that. Like I honestly don't even know if we've played it. Like I genuinely can't remember. We probably have, but I kind of ran with this myself. Like I just took it and played it and loved it and was like, oh, it's just great in and of itself. Like regardless of the theme and whether you're latched onto that or not. Like I mean, I like Pride and Prejudice, but like I don't care about Downton Abbey. The theme doesn't really draw me in. It's just the game is great. It is quick. You can finish a 2-player game in 40 minutes or something like that. It is like really just tactical and strategic where you can play it two different ways with open information and closed information as far as the way that the bidding or not, well, the vying for one of the leaders goes. And it is just like so fun. Every time I play this, I love the way my brain feels when I'm trying to figure out what is the optimal move this turn. How can I snag away that Fairchild from you? Like, you've got the lead right now, but I've got the final turn. Is there anything I can possibly do to get that Fairchild out of your hands and into my deck? And then, I can use the Fairchild this turn and then try and rest to get it back another turn before I lose it. Like, just trying to optimize every single thing here. I just find it wonderful. I really, really, really like this game. And I've only played it with the upstairs downstairs expansion one time, and that made it even better. Okay. I was like, oh, this is even better. The amount of guests and like people that are the helpers that you have are just the workers. They're so much more interesting and unique. And I don't see it going anywhere. If anything, I see this one, climbing because it's just that much fun.
My number 8 is one that I played solo, and Max and my other friends all lost me for like a full 2 or 3 weeks when I played. And since I've played even more when the new version of it came out, and that is Tainted Grail. This is by far my favorite Awakened Realms game. It is just incredibly well written, and I have whole videos that you can go see me gush about this. But as willing as I am to admit that like the first game had some faults, I fell in love with the story. I thought that it was one of the most like oh man. I don't know, like it was one of those things that I don't think I'll ever have in a board game experience again, where I just finally realized that I was like, man, like a solo experience can be incredibly fun and engaging, and this did it for me. But yeah, Tainted Grail, go watch those other videos. I love it. Kings of Ruin, like if you've played the first one, like addresses like pretty much every problem people had with the first one. And I have it. It's sitting in my closet. I played the prototype, and up until it was like, hey, we don't have any more stuff for you. But then once I've gotten this one, I haven't opened it because it's just I know I'm going to lose myself. Yeah. And I don't have time to do that right now. But the moment that I have like a week or two to like just be like veg out and play it and only it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I still never played it, but I love your enthusiasm for it. My number 7 game of all time is by Megacorpin Games. This is Awkward Guests.
I was wondering where it was going
to be. I love it.
I was kind of hoping, like I was like deep down, it's not even in my top 50, which is crazy. Or maybe we'll cut that part out. Either way, I love your enthusiasm for this game, and it's one that I've played a whole bunch too. Yeah. But man, talk about a good game.
Yeah, it's so fun. I grew up loving something like Clue, and this is just a deeper iteration of something like that. It's by no means the same, but it gives you the same feelings of satisfaction when you're deducing, who went where, whatever. As I'm like writing things down on my board, there's that aha moment where you think you have something, and then you get a card and you're like, oh no, I didn't have it at all. And you start to piece together an alternative option to get you to the end goal. I just have such a blast with this one. I love the implementation of the app because you can make a guess while not eliminating yourself from the game. Part of the reason that Clue stinks is that if I want to make a guess, I see the answer, and I'm done. I can't continue playing once I know the answer. So Awkward Guess is not like that. You get a want, or a hooray, and then you just like, you can't guess until someone like another turn. Like you skip a turn, basically.
You get one turn off.
Yeah, and it's just like, I have such a great time because it is all condensed. Like everything is there. It's just a matter of how quickly and efficiently can you piece it together, and can you do it faster than the other players at the board. I've actually never played this one solo, and probably should. I hear the solo game is pretty good as well.
I've never played a solo either.
But I think Awkward Guess is my favorite deduction game.
Have you played this on the higher difficulties?
I've not the highers, but I've played like the easiest, the next easiest, the next easiest. I think there's 5 difficulties, and I've played on the 3 easiest
very
ones.
easy, medium,
then like hard and very hard, something like that.
I've never done very hard, but dude, hard mode is like
hard.
You have
Who would have guessed?
But like you got like accomplices and like all that, and you have to figure out.
I've done the accomplices.
That's tough. Like it's fun. Yeah, it's great.
I just have such a wonderful time with this every time, and it's a game I haven't played in 2 years probably. So like I tried to vie for it on our 20x5. was like, can we get awkward guests on here? It didn't happen, but I'll definitely get this one back out. I love this game so much.
All right, my number 7 is a game that I think we've played together, but I've played a whole lot of it with Logan from our Discord.
Oh, I know what it is,
and
yeah.
this is a primarily app game for me,
Yeah.
but I've actually played it with Emily quite a bit at our home. It's a great little 2-player card deck builder. Sorry, blanked on the genre of game it is. But this is Shards of Infinity, and for me, this is the best deck builder, and I've played quite a few. I would say Star Realms for a long time was my favorite, and I did like that one a lot. I played Dominion recently.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to say something really controversial. I don't understand, like, the hype.
I have no
Dominion.
desire to play Dominion, so...
It's, like, less, like, punchy, less mean.
Some people like
deck
that,
builder.
I guess.
Like, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, the most Euro-y deck builder I've ever played, which I guess some people would... I'm not drawn in by that.
No. Put a timestamp in there. When Doolin craps on Dominion.
Yeah, when Tablenauts lost like 500 subscribers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
all the Dominion lovers typing in the comments right now.
Shards of Infinity.
Thank you for the engagement.
Yeah, no, please come at me.
Yeah,
mention me 1,000 times.
Yeah.
In fact, while you're at it, tell me about how we got our Final Girl video wrong in our comments in this video.
I would love if you go back and find an actual mistake. Try us.
That's like our number 2 or 3 favorite, not like most watched video of all time, and I guarantee you it's because of you guys. Anyway,
like you did this wrong. You're like, no, I didn't. But thank you for the engagement.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Anyway, this game I love, and a lot of our games that we love are asymmetric in nature, where every time you come back to it, you could approach the game differently and play a completely different style. Now, I'm not going to say it's the same as like a Trick Takers, where you're literally taking on a role that's really, really different. But in this game, what I love is that both of us start the same way, but we end the game in 2 different roles at high play of this game. I think most people who play this game online, who are at when you get to a certain skill level, I feel like I'm like patting myself on the back a little bit.
Listen, we get it. You're good.
But with this game, you have to realize that one person is going to be chasing a kill victory while the other person is building a Death Star to win the game in a lengthy victory. And the way this game is played is both players start with essentially a broken down Death Star and a mastery track as well as a health track. And if I can get Max's health down to 0, then I win. But if Max or I can also get this mastery track all the way up to 30, then there's a card that if it's shuffled into our hand the moment we play it, I do infinite damage to the other player and win.
Yeah.
And so it's just all cards are based around either getting health back, getting enough damage to do to the player, or getting mastery. And all of that combos really, really well. And I feel like I'm not selling the game well to people who are deck builder fans, but know that it is... I don't even know if I have another deck builder in my top 50, but this is in my top 10, and I love it.
I think you have another deck builder in your top 50.
Did I?
My number 6
What did I have?
is a game that's already been on
your
your list. And
pure
that
deck builder.
that's true. The Castles of Burgundy.
Okay.
Yeah. Here it is.
The
for
way
me.
you talked about it, I was worried. Not worried, but I thought it might have been like your number 2 or 3 favorite game.
No. It's not. It's not quite that high. It doesn't make the top 5. But I love this game. I've played it a bunch on BGA several times. And
we hosted a tournament.
Hosted a tournament in our Discord, link in the description. You should join. It's a great time.
Yeah.
Great people. This is one of the earlier games that I played. I think not like right into the hobby, but not long into the hobby. And then I introduced it to a couple non-gamers who actually liked it too. Then it's just never fallen out of favor for me. But admittedly, like you said, the introduction of the Awakened Realms version that is just that much prettier, that much more tactical, is
and
just so much more
good
fun.
Expansion.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we were all surprised that the expansions are like good. Like it's one of those things you expect, like, oh, the company who didn't initially publish it is kind of redoing things and they're adding some expansions and you're wary, that's the right word. But then you get to it and you're like, oh, these are all really good. And I think we've played with all of them over the course of 2 or 3 games. And there's
We'll
not a
mix and
single
match 'em.
one. Yeah, I wouldn't play with all of them at the same time. But there's not a single one that I was like, oh, I don't like this.
Mhm.
Every single edition I've enjoyed. I just love this game so much. It's like a comfort game for me. It's mean, but also chill all at the same time.
Is this an R20 by 5?
I don't think so, but it should have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Castle Burgundy. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. No, good pick. I'm happy. We're having so many crossovers, and I love it. All right, this one won't be a crossover for you.
Well.
My number 6 is another solo game. I think it might be
Another solo game?
Yeah.
Above Tainted Grail, above
This is my number
whatever
one
the
solo
other
game
solo
of
game
all
is that
time,
you said.
and that is
Oh, I know what it is.
Final Girl.
Yeah, it took me a second. I was
yeah,
like, whoa, wait, what?
yeah. You know, this is one that has like teetered around my favorite solo game of all time, but like at this point, I just need to like commit to it because every iteration I play, I fall in love with the game again, and I think because of its your ability to like choose to play Final Girl, but then you have another decision. Okay, of which 12 or 15 scenarios I have, am I going to play now? And it's you go into the game, you play it differently every single time, and then each of the like boxes also has like so many different scenario things that can happen in the game. That means when you go back to that specific killer and Final Girl combo, it still won't play the same way. It's just awesome, and it gives you the feeling that I get playing Terror Escape, but in a solo experience. And yeah, Final Girl's amazing. And if you want to watch an awesome, like fully 100% rules correct video,
God, we hope so after making these plays.
Go check out our Final Girl experience where Max plays and I backseat him and basically control like the board for him and make sure that he never gets a single rule wrong. And
still the only time I've ever played Final Girl.
Yeah,
I
and it was
it,
great.
though.
Like
Yeah, it was
honestly,
great.
One of the better like plays I've ever had watching some like I mean never watched
I was there, so that makes sense.
Yeah. And it was tight, like close game by the end. I'm not gonna remember what happens because you should watch it.
You should watch it. Number 5 game of all time for me, Simon's Death May Die.
Yeah. Wow, that was your number 1, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
So
my
both
number
of our
one at the
number
time.
ones are no longer our number ones.
I
knew that, but I just wanted to make it more dramatic.
I don't foresee this ever falling out of my top 10. Probably staying where it at is or rising. I love this game, and we have played it a little bit more lately.
Yeah,
which was just wonderful because like yes, it solidified my feelings for this game. I just think it is wonderful. I love the system of like, you're getting stronger and stronger as the game progresses, but you're also getting closer and closer to losing as the game progresses.
Yeah.
It gives you that feeling of strength as with Marvel Zombie or any of the Zombicide games, but then also that feeling of fear as well. Like I can't just sit here and dilly-dally all day long. Like I have to accomplish my goal or I will die, whether it because I run out of rounds or I die from insanity or the boss just kills me. It's a number of different ways.
Normally it's insanity.
Yeah.
Weirdly.
It's just so good. I love the little things you can do on each turn, the items that you can get that can just increase your power or kind of hamper you in a way. Each way that you can combine, like, oh, I'm playing this character with this boss in this situation, the scenarios. So fun. I just love that modular experience where you're like, I really feel like playing with the Black Goat today, but I'm going to do this scenario that I've never done. So you have like a bit of familiarity with the boss, but then totally unique area that you've never played before. I love
about 1,000 different characters that you can play as too.
So many characters now.
Especially if you got on board with the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
So many. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love random die rolling games where you get to chuck a lot of dice, and this is one of those. And you have exciting moments and really sad failures. It's just so much fun.
The endings of these games are so awesome.
Absolutely.
All right. My number 5... I'm just making sure I don't want to move it. I'm sure we're going to talk about it again, so I'm not going to talk about it too much. But it's my favorite party game of all time, and that is Monikers.
Yeah, just wait a second.
Yeah. It's awesome. And we'll talk about it later.
My number 4 game of all time, which I'll just do the same thing you just did, is to say, we'll talk about it here in a minute, and that is Leader Games Root.
Oh. It actually hurts that it's only number. No, I'm just kidding.
Number 4.
Number 4 is great. I love that.
It is a game, and I'm sure I don't know where you stand on it. It is a game that while you're in those lulls between content, begins to kind of fall in estimation a little bit. Not out of, I'm bored of it necessarily, but we've played this game probably 300 times now.
Gotta be 8 or more.
Yeah. I stopped counting on board game stats at about 200, and that was over a year ago. And it is just a game that we return to time and time again on the app. Every time they release new content, we're eager to play it. I still have yet to play the Rats. I've only had 2 games with the Keepers of Iron.
I really like them.
They're very cool.
They're so fun.
Yeah. And so it is this game that kind of ebbs and flows as you get new content that like increases your desire to play it. And then you've played it a ton and you're like, okay. And it's not falling out of my top 10 or anything, but like I'm just not eager to play it as I once was. And so I do find it kind of doing that, but it's probably a game that will never, ever, ever fall out of my top 10. And again, 4, like you said, is kind of low for Root, which is crazy, right? It is. Because it was probably last time I quit the top 20. I think it was my number 6 or something like that. So it's gone up since then, but it was my number 1 at a time too. And so, it is it is delightful, but we'll see where it lands for you.
We will. We shall. Maybe it's not on even my top 10.
Whatever.
My number 4 is the best Star Wars board game of all time, and that is Rebellion. This has been, I've loved every single moment we've ever had playing board games together, Max.
Thank you.
But
what?
I will say, Kenny might have crafted the best possible experience for me to enjoy this game. And so I might be heavily influenced by that. So just keep that in mind as I talk about this. 1, he has the expansion, which many people say makes this game from bad to good.
He had some 3D printed stuff.
He has a bunch of 3D printed stuff. I came downstairs. He was already playing the Star Wars soundtrack, and then sat me on the other side of the table and let me be the Imperials, who are exciting to play as for your first game because you basically dummy the other person the whole game, and then they might get away with it.
Yeah.
But you essentially play the winning side the whole time until you lost. And it was just, so thematic. And there's been moments in this where, I got to literally play out scenes from the movies. And then there's sometimes where we rewrote them and it was still incredibly exciting. Like, I think my first game of this, I captured Princess Leia, which literally happens in the movies. And then Kenny plays this special card where if he's on the same space as Darth Vader, as Han Solo, he can make a daring rescue. So he saves Princess Leia right before I'm able to play the card where I can interrogate her to find out where the location of his secret base is. And it's Star Wars in a box, and Star Wars is one of my favorite. It is my favorite IP of all time. And I don't think I've played, Shatterpoint included, a better Star Wars experience game. Wow. So Rebellion's
crazy.
That's crazy.
My number 3 game of all time is one you just mentioned. And it's my favorite. I guess I can't even say that anymore. One of my favorite party games of all time, and that is Monikers, which I just you know what's coming. You got to know what's coming. Monikers is wonderful. I love it.
It's not your favorite party game of all time?
I love it so much. Monikers is just incredible.
We're number 3, right?
Yes, we are on number 3. Monikers is delightful. This is probably
it's not a party game. I know it. I know what you're talking about. I guess it is.
Of every game ever made, I don't think I've ever had more fun consistently than this one. Just laugh out loud moments, like falling on the floor, face hurting, stomach hurting, because I cannot stop cracking up laughing. It is a game that works with, just 4 people, works with 6 people, works with more, whatever. It has varying rounds as you're getting yourself familiarized with this deck of cards, the same deck of cards in round 1, 2, and 3. The prompts become increasingly harder, but the deck becomes increasingly more familiar, which allows you to just have fun with it. And you're going to go from round 1, you say some off-the-wall clue for this answer, and it sticks. And then in round 3, you're giving a charade for the off-the-wall clue that somehow worked in round 1 to go to this card that actually the clue that you're giving doesn't really relate to the card, but it relates to the experience from round 1. And I just find that is just so much fun. It can also be even more meta, where like time and time again playing this same card, Abraham Lincoln, is now some wacky weird thing that stuck from 10 plays ago when you played Abraham Lincoln. Like, that's the clue you now give for that card. It's a game that evolves with your player group. It evolves with your friends. It evolves over time from round 1 to round 3. I adore this game.
It's a blast.
It is so much fun.
Yeah.
I think I own every box for it. I just absolutely love it.
I need to get some expansions. I think I've played through just about every card.
Yeah.
But at this point, like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't really
matter. I didn't get to tell you about this, but I played this game with a grand total of 24 people, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think this would be the way that Kenny would actually want to play.
Okay.
Because in order to make the game not, 4 hours long, we played with much less cards per person. And so, the end of round 1 didn't even get all the way around the table.
Yeah.
And so, by the end of round 3, like, some people didn't get to do the charades part.
Which is what Kenny would want to do.
Kenny could strategically put himself around the game, and it was still just as fun. I can confirm that. Like, it was still a blast. But yeah, no, it just is it's the best party game of all time.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
My number 3. I don't know why I have to consult my list at this point.
I don't know either. I feel like at this point you should know.
Is the very best Ivy Studios game out there. It is the best deduction game I've ever played. And that is Veiled Fate. Love this game. Gotten to play this actually on Ivy Studios channel with Austin at 2-player, which I can confirm. I mean, I know that they just released or are releasing a 2-player Veiled Fate
still
with
works
new rules.
In base box.
Yeah. I think that, like, just playing it 2-player base is how I learned it with you.
It's great.
And I remember at the end of that game just being like, that was so fun.
Yeah.
That was oh man, like, and
man, how many of your favorite games are games I taught you?
A lot, man.
That's awesome.
I mean, let's just be real. Like, you introduced me to a lot of games, so odds are. But like, yeah, no, Veiled Fate is incredible.
I only care about the successes.
And I think with the added expansions, which we've talked in length about, makes the game that much better.
I 100% agree.
And the variability that you can add to this game now with all of the new ways to play is something that I think for people that might have played the base game and thought, "Oh, this is fun. I don't really need to return to it." Now you probably should. But Veiled Fate, awesome. I got the wooden board for it now, which we still yet to play on, but it's one of those that just gets me excited. We played it at 8, where we did the team variant. Still loved it.
So fun.
I just love it at all player counts. So good.
Yeah, I'd like to play this one again soon. It's not in my top 50, though it probably should be. My number 2 game of all time, the best party game, though less party than Monikers, is Blood on the Clock Tower, which is wonderful. I mean, this was, for a brief moment in time, my favorite game of all time. And very well may still be.
You got to play it 5 times.
It's just been a matter of, I haven't played it. I played it, I think, almost 30 times in 2022 and 2023 combined. Played it a lot. We tried to play it on our Discord. Well, didn't try. We did play it on our Discord. We played it at conventions with friends. We had parties here at your house. It's so wonderful. And then in 2024... I just didn't play it at all. And then half of 2023, I didn't play it at all. And it's really sad. And so it is on our 20x5. We haven't got to it yet. But, you know, playing this game 5 times requires meeting twice, basically. You can play 2 or 3 times in a game night. I just love it. I am typically the storyteller, which I have just as much fun storytelling as I do actually playing the game. I think that it is just ripe for fun moments. It is exciting to see people work things out as a storyteller, watching it unfold in front of me, and like who's getting close, who's way far off, watching people's brilliant moves as they use certain abilities, like pretending to be a slayer or succeeding as a slayer and actually killing the demon and all that. It's just, all these moments are such a good time. But for me, the biggest thing about this is the fact that every time you play, you're pulling together 8 to 15 friends. I mean, that is half of why this game is as good as it is because you're just having these communal events, essentially. When we have the game days at your house, we have charcuterie, we have drinks, we have people that drive an hour and a half away to come play Blood on the Clock Tower. And it is just a party, and it is so much fun. And whether I'm playing it online with members of our Discord, whether I'm playing it together here in person at your house, it has just never failed to make for a great day. Like that, this game just extends past game and into that was just a wonderful day. I had a wonderful time playing with my friends.
I wonder if you want to, do you want to DM when we play our 5 times, or?
I hope to do both.
Okay.
I hope to do both.
If you'd like to try to teach me, I feel like it'd be something that I would enjoy doing.
Yeah, as long as you stick, which I have not played in 2 years, I would stick with Troubled Brewing myself, because to clarify, this game is massive.
Yeah.
And we have not
Barely
scratched the surface.
Yeah.
There are 3 in the core box that give you different characters you can play, and we've basically played like 1.5 of them. We've played like 2 of them, really.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's other stuff coming out, and people are making their own. Sam, who played with us one time, has, I forget what the name of it is, but his own scenario that he's built that's been played on Pandemonium Institute's like thing, and it's like there's
they did it.
I think so, yeah. If I could be speaking out of turn here, I don't know. Yeah.
Sam.
It is just like
Not
there's
the board.
so much to. Well, we are friends with him too. There's so much to this. I hope
kidding.
so.
I don't want to get it twisted. We love Sam. Sam's one of our best friends.
We do.
We love you, Sam.
There's so much to this game, and I have never had a bad time with it, and it has given me some of the highest highs, and I just continue to want to go back to it, despite having not played with it for 2 years. It is still my number 2 favorite game of all time, and I think it'll probably always be top 3.
That's fair.
I think it'll be. Do I play it a lot?
We'll see.
It'll jump to number 1. Have I not played it in 4 years? It might fall to number 3. I don't foresee it going anywhere.
I can't wait to clip that in like 3 years.
Guess we'll find out. Yeah, just kidding. Guess we'll find out.
My number 2 is your number 1. So you just want to go ahead and reveal your number 1?
Yeah. What's your number 2? My number 1.
My number 2 favorite game of all time is Dune Imperium. The best worker placement game.
Yes.
I know I said that about Shards of Infinity.
Deck building.
Sorry. My gosh. What is wrong with me?
Well, we've been recording for a little bit.
Yeah. No, this is amazing.
Yeah,
and it's my true number 1 is there because I love it, but like this one might be the perfect board game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It is a strategic like dream of a game.
Absolutely.
And I think that it helps that we have a group that love to play it and just on repeat we'll go back to it. And I think our skills have increased. And
for sure.
It just makes the game even better.
Yeah. So every game is tight. It is close. You are watching each and every move that other people take, even on the app. You're like, what did he do this turn? Like where an app typically is just like, skip, I'll take my turn. Like you're still interested in, does that person have enough spice to go to the Highliner space? Like, do they have this? Can they go to the shipping track? You're constantly kind of figuring out.
How many intrigue cards do they have?
Yeah. Is this battle like a sure thing? Or am I going to waste my turn going for this? It is.
Why did they just join this fight when I had 4 and they won?
Yeah, they must have something up their sleeves. Yeah, it's immensely strategical and satisfying. It is my number 1 favorite game of all time. I love that.
I don't know why I didn't set it until now, but it's like, yeah, that's Max's number 1. Which
it is.
It deserves it.
It is great. Such a blast. I can play with any of the expansions, including just playing with Uprising with no expansions.
Yeah.
Or base game, which I know I didn't even play base game until it came out of the app, and I played base game, and I was like, it's not as good as with Ix, but like it's still really great.
Oh man, we played it so many times.
Yeah.
Base game with nothing.
It is just a wonderful game that I love so much, and it is perhaps aided by the fact that we all enjoy the Dune universe, of course. The theme certainly helps. I got more into the Dune universe from the board game, and I got more into the board game from the movies. Like, it kind of works. It's like a ping pong effect. You get
Which
more
came
into
first
one.
for you?
The board game came first for me.
Me too.
Yeah. But then I was like interested in the movies because of the board game. And then when watching the movies, like, I want to play the board game. Yeah. So they do like work off of each other here.
100%.
But I just love it. I think it's fantastic.
If Dune sucked as a movie.
Yeah,
it would be awful.
It would
to have this great of a, but thankfully that does not exist.
Absolutely.
That's not the case. But my number 2, your number 1, and then my number 1 is of course Ruth.
Sure.
Which can I just say, it's been my number 1 for the last 3 years probably.
It was your number 6 or so last time we recorded.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. But like since we started playing on the app, it very quickly became my favorite, and it's stuck there. Like despite every game we play that I'm like recency bias, like love, it never
doesn't reach that
has
high.
Been questioned if this is my number 1, and to me it's because wholeheartedly the like friendships that I've made through this game, and on top of that just like the fun of coming back to it and playing something different, and the banter that we get to have with our, like I recently watched Foster the Meeple's like top 50. And when Jeff gets to Root, he says something very similar. He's like, I will fully admit that I am biased to this because of the people I play this with and the chats that I have. But like the game aids itself.
Yeah, it cultivates that. Yeah.
And I owe it a lot, I think. And it's just one that like it's even beautiful. Like in my opinion, best art of all the art.
Love Kyle Farron. Yeah. Pam,
But it's awesome. There's very like when people start coming for it, typically I'm like valid opinions, but
I don't care.
Yeah. It's the best.
Yeah, full shade to Kenny, but like if it were me, you, and Kenny playing this game, number 8 game of all time, something like that.
Yeah.
But because we played it over and over again specifically with Jeff and Kyle, but other people as well, our Discord members as well.
We play with Sam a whole lot now.
It extends past the board, much like Blood on the Clock Tower, where it extends past the game and into the kind of universe surrounding the game.
If we're getting sentimental, which in our top 10 we should.
We should.
I think this accomplishes what I want to get out of board games, which is to get closer to people and have fun. And if I'm, if I'm going to choose a game to play with my best friends, it's going to be Root.
Yeah.
So
totally agreed. Now that's why it's one of our favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
And we did it.
We did it.
Top 50 board games.
Hopefully we don't wait 4 years.
We won't
again to do this. But if we do, who cares?
We won't. But if we do, we won't. We'll be back. As always, thank you for coming on this journey with us. We certainly appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed what you watched.
Tell us how much you either agree or disagree with us. Who had the better list?
Yeah, I'd love to know, as long as it's me.
In our Discord.
Yes, join
that
the
is
Discord.
The best way to chirp us because you can literally
everyone
at
does
us.
it. Yeah,
and we don't have any like. And Jash might at everyone. Like we don't know what'll happen in there.
What's he gonna do? Who knows? I have no idea.
We have no clue.
It's crazy.
We should put limits on how many times people can add us, but we don't. So
I think I'm gonna make a new role for Jash called like moderator without the ability to at everyone. And me, you, and Kenny and Kyle can keep that.
Are you able to shadow ban people?
I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like where they can type whatever.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious. We should do that.
He ats everyone.
No one shows up.
What if we just changed at everyone to at everyone, but an exclamation point? And so at everyone still pops up, but it doesn't at anyone.
It only notifies at not Jash. Thank you all. We certainly and sincerely appreciate your support, and we'll make sure we don't take 4 years till next time. But if we get 12 months from now and you haven't seen us, let us know in the comments of the Discord. Harp at us. We want to see your top 50 again. We'll get back on it.
Yeah. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being with us up to this point. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.